Wind. It keeps the windmills turning, kites in the sky. But it is also what I associated with the character of Sonic the Hedgehog, up until the release of Sonic the Hedgehog. The movie. Electricity! Without it, you wouldn't be watching this very video. It keeps everything in our world lit. And in 2020, the world was met with a more electric version of Sonic. You'd think that I have a lot of free time on my hands. Trust me, I don't. But if this community can argue against the shade of Sonic's fur, then I can discuss Sonic's shift from wind to electric, and why it does and doesn't work. I present to you Sonic's elemental identity crisis. Sonic has been associated with wind for the longest time. First established in Sonic Adventure 2, I remember spamming the Sonic wind attack again and again and again, and I think that's why my sister threw a cat at my face. But this was mine and a lot of other people's first introduction to Sonic's wind abilities. Whilst being a very minor part of that game, it's also one of the few gameplay mechanics that use Sonic's wind ability. I think the only other in-game display of Sonic's wind abilities is within Sonic Frontiers, in which the player can use the Sonic Boom attack. Although, I've got to ask, how does Sonic Wind actually work? Like, generally, Sonic's wind manipulation abilities can be attributed to his speed, but here he just stands there. I mean, maybe he has aerokinetic abilities, but whew, that's a discussion for another day. So whilst that's the first blatant depiction of wind being integrated into Sonic's moveset, there are a few more. Sonic and the Black Knight. So, the last time that I spoke about this game, I got absolutely rinsed in the comments. Because yes, I did get a fact wrong and therefore did degrade my point. But shh, this is my video, okay? Anywho, let's bring our attention to the opening cutscene of this game, in which, oh, look right there! Sonic used his wind manipulation ability to attack his enemies. It also helps that the main theme for this game is called Night of the Wind, implying that Sonic's specialism is wind.
Well, duh.
Another depiction of Sonic's wind abilities to attack his enemies can be seen in the recently released Sonic Prime. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't finished this show yet, I have been way too busy. But in episode 1, Sonic is dropped into a new dystopian unit, in which he is once again forced to use his inconsistent ability to manipulate the wind, by creating a wind vortex or tornado around his enemy, sending Dr. Babel in the air. Oh, and yes, Sonic Prime is canon. I think. But if you want Sonic's most powerful depiction of wind abilities, let's turn our heads to a 46 on Metacritic. Sonic the Hedgehog. 2006. Listen, I'm not going to rant on about the flaws that this game has, but if there's one thing in this game that isn't a flaw, it's its opening cutscene. This is, in my opinion, the most perfect introduction to Sonic as a character. Picture this: the town of Soliana is under attack from Dr. Eggman, in his conquest to obtain the Chaos Emeralds and unlock the Flames of Disaster.
Flames of disaster from you.
Oh no! So, Princess Elise, holder of one of the Chaos Emeralds, is backed into a corner with nowhere else to go until the dust from the ground picks up and starts to spiral. Before a blue blur circulates around them, and the sound design really sells this, so here, take a listen.
Wow, that's a pretty snazzy performance there.
And that is the scene that completely sold me on Sonic as a character that can use wind abilities. That was until 2020's Sonic movie, in which this new, Hollywoodified version of Sonic uses the power of electricity. Or rather, he generates it. Sound familiar? Sonic's electrical abilities have primarily been attached to the movies, as they are their own interpretation of the character, with a unique origin story and a unique world. But in recent Sonic media, such as the games and commercials, Sonic is starting to display the same blue electrical particle effects that the movie had, most commonly seen in Sonic Frontiers. Once the player collects their maximum ring count, a one-for-one shot of this scene from the ending of the first Sonic movie plays out. The blue electric and all. And remember, this is the mainline version of Sonic the Hedgehog, the one that everyone knows and adores. So, I think it's important to ask ourselves the question of why. Why wind and why electric? It's all speculation really, so please don't take my words as fact. So, let's start out with the move's inception in Sonic Adventure 2. Its purpose here is to be a counter to Shadow's projectile move, Chaos Spear, and while Sonic Team definitely could have used an electrical-based attack, it wouldn't have made much sense because up until this point Sonic had never displayed electrical abilities, and whilst the same argument could be used as Wind, the character has been seen to create a Sonic Boom, and a Sonic Boom is the movement of air, and Wind is also the movement of air, so... Okay, maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but discuss in the comments? Another reason Wind is associated with Sonic's character is due to the very nature of Wind itself, and how it sort of aligns with Sonic's characterization. Hear me out here. What I mean by that is, like Sonic, Wind is free to go wherever it wants, at blistering speeds. And sure, it can cause havoc and destruction, but generally it's calm and flowing. If you've ever heard the phrase, free like the wind, that's pretty much what I'm discussing here. I've made like 2 Sonic videos and I'm already discussing the logistics of Wind. What's next? The patent leather of Sonic's shoes and how it looks like metal? No, don't write a comment suggesting that.
I can't pay electric bill.
The main reason for it is to be used as a plot device for the movies, and for that purpose, it works really well. Like, in hell, it's not original. But it works. Despite being a children's film, the Sonic movies are live action and are set on Earth. Therefore, it should abide by the laws of physics. So, using electricity to enhance one's physical and mental speed would check out. And considering there's like electricity up there or something, I don't know, do I look like MatPat? But you see, that's the thing. Sonic in the games, comics, TV shows and other forms of media is placed in an unrealistic environment. Therefore, whilst yes, the electricity that Sonic has been seen to produce in the games can work, I believe that it undermines the already established and personally more potent ability of Wind. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But anywho, thank you for watching. Just before I wrap up, I'd quickly like to give a massive shout out to everyone that commented on my last video, even the hate comments. I never thought I'd have a video that hits 1,000 views, let alone 2,000, but the comments that everyone left genuinely made my month. These videos take a while to produce, so it's really nice to see people starting to view my content. So if you'd like more Sonic content, remember to like and subscribe, as it tells me that you want more. Alright, bye for now.